Welcome to Old Fox Racing PlayStation for very late coverage of the current championship, which is called the Wildcard Series of 2024. And this season we are racing with the DTM Mercedes in Project Cars 2. What an amazing car to run this 5-round championship, and starting at the amazing circuit of Donington Park, where the full Grand Prix loop will be followed. And today we have 11 drivers, so should be a pretty good race. And pole position is a familiar face of Jorge Jesus on this red livery, followed by Darren Head, also on the red livery. Diogo Silva in third place, followed by Peter Adrian. Fifth place is Delphi Moura. Welcome back, Delphi Moura, to these Old Fox Racing PlayStation Championships, followed by Simon Allen in these white and yellow livery. Scott Davely in 7th, Jumbo is in 8th, 9th is Kev Allen, and 10th is Dale Taylor with John Scott in 11th spot. It should be an amazing race over 12 laps here at Donington Park, with, I'm sure, plenty of action, and we are going to go now for race 1, and it is who's going to be in the lead. The two red cars look like Ferraris, and it was a great start by Darren Head. Darren Head takes the lead of the race. Darren Head takes the lead of the race here at Donington Park, and it's going to be Darren Head into turn 1. Look at this, there's the driver on the inside there, that's number 3, which I'm not sure who that is. We don't have a leaderboard, so this is going to be yet another struggle here to commentate on this one. But there is a driver that is, well, Diogo Silva is in 4th spot. He lost the position, I believe, to Peter Adrian, and we have someone spinning. No, it's Peter Adrian going through the grass. Peter Adrian going through the grass there, losing in some positions, and lots of drivers off the track. And and we have a big crash there. Number 54, who's that? And Scott Davely is involved in it. Surely Scott Davely is involved in it, and we have a bit of a problem here at Donington Park. We have multiple problems, but the main one is that we don't have, as usual, a leaderboard, so this is going to be quite annoying. We are going to do our best to figure out what's the running order, but I do apologize in advance this incident. Let's see what happened to Scott Davely. He was right in the midfield. As let's see what happened here. There is a bit of a clash. First of all, let's see who's actually in 3rd place. Not Simon Allen. It is not Diogo Silva. It is Delphi Moura. Delphi Moura had a great start, and there was a bit of pushing and shoving. Let's have that replay first. A bit of pushing and shoving here as Diogo Silva, I believe, hit Delphi Moura. He was on the inside there, yes, and Delphi Moura goes off the track. So a bit of an incident here. Delphi Moura does not spin and only loses a couple of positions, but a bit of an incident. Let's have a quick replay of what on earth happened here between Diogo Silva and Delphi Moura. Diogo Silva on the inside there, but I believe there was no space for 2 cars, so let's have a look. They're going through the old hairpin, and Darren Head is in the lead. Now Delphi Moura goes on the outside, Diogo Silva comes on the inside, but very quickly the gap closed, and there wasn't really a gap there, and Delphi Moura is sent off the track, rejoins safely, and continues in the hunt. Now let's have a look at what happened to Scott Davely, because he had a more structural incident that actually ended on the barrier. And we shall see what happened as he went off, as he was someone went off in front of him, and I believe that's Peter Adrian. Yes, it is. Scott Davely is going to try to go around the outside, but just runs out of room and then goes off the track. Comes back into the track and gets hit by another 2 drivers and then sent into the barrier. Fortunately, no damage here in the Old Fox Racing PlayStation. We're trying to see what the running order is. Darren Head is in the lead of the race, followed by Jorge Jesus. Diogo Silva is in 3rd. 4th place is Peter Adrian. Yes, it is. 4th place is Peter Adrian. 5th place is Simon Allen. and 6th place is Delphi Mora. Simon Allen there cutting the chicane a little bit. No, he's not Simon Allen, I apologize, must be Jumbo then. No, he's not Jumbo either. Must be Kev Allen. Kev Allen had quite the start. Yes, it is Kev Allen that is going on there. Oh, and he is under attack by another driver. I believe the Allens are together, so it is Simon Allen and Kev Allen. No, Simon Allen is in a completely different spot. We continue to see what's the running order here. Darren Head leads the race, followed by Jorge Jesus, followed by Diogo Silva, followed by Peter Aiden, who is under attack by Delphi Mora. Delphi Mora on the inside at Redgate Corner. They run side by side here, but Peter Aiden keeps the position. We'll try to establish what's going on further afield, but we have to first of all stabilize the top 5 drivers, and I believe Peter Aiden almost getting out there, and under pressure from Delphi Mora. Let's see what's happening to Dale Taylor, and where is he? Yes, Dale Taylor is the driver in 5th place. So no, he's not the driver in 5th. Yes, he is. There he is, number 11, Dale Taylor in 5th spot. I believe the driver behind is Kev Allen in 6th place. So Kev Allen in 6th spot. And then we have another red driver who is most likely, is it John Scott? John Scott is behind Kev Allen, and then we have drivers that have been delayed by incidents. This is Simon Allen. I don't know what happened to Simon Allen. He must have been involved in that incident, because he's sitting right ahead of Scott Davely, and we'll see where they are. But now we have a bit of a better sense of what's going on. It is Darren Head, Jorge Jesus and Diogo Silva. 4th place is Peter Adrian. 5th place is Delphi Mora, and they continue to battle now at the end of lap 2. Then is Dale Taylor and Kev Allen. So this is battle 4th, 5th. 6th is Dale Taylor. 7th is Kev Allen. 7th is Kev Allen. 8th is John Scott. 9th is Scott Davely. 10th is 10th behind these drivers. We have still to account for Jumbo. Jumbo is ahead of, actually Jumbo is ahead, he's behind John Scott. So it's John Scott, Jumbo, and then it's Simon Allen and Scott Davely running at the back of the field. Let's go back to the race leaders and see what's going on there. I do apologize for the absence of the leaderboard. It makes it really difficult, but it seems to me that Diogo Silva is actually a little bit closer to Jorge Jesus here than Jorge Jesus is to Darren Head. Now let's see what happened between and Delphi Mora is actually, what happened to Delphi Mora? He is in the grass. So something must have happened to Delphi Mora, another incident for him. This time, let's see if he's got any assistance or not. He was sitting behind Peter Adrian and trying to go, he just loses it. A bit of contact, but no fault for Peter Adrian. It was just Delphi Mora that lost it and loses a few positions, actually gets behind Kev Allen and ahead of John Scott. John Scott is under pressure from another driver as well, which I believe it is Jumbo, but yes, it is Jumbo. And there at the back it's Simon Allen and Scott Davely trying to recover a bit of ground. And look at this, John Scott is cutting the chicane there and loses a position to Jumbo. Jumbo is now up, I believe, into 7th. Let's go back to the race leaders, and Jorge Jesus has gone to the lead of the race. We missed that, so we are going to have to rewind and see how Jorge Jesus got into the lead of the race. Darren Head loses the lead, and where did this happen? Because it's a major development, and Darren Head, he seems to have lost it somewhere earlier on the lap. Quite earlier on the lap actually. We kind of missed, because they have the same livery. We kind of missed that, so we will take the opportunity to rewind for a little bit. It has going well. It must have been Jorge Jesus in the lead of the race then, but it's a pass for the lead, so we will absolutely try to figure out what's going on. We're going to put it on chase camera, and I do apologize, we don't intend to rewind so much, but it has been actually Jorge Jesus that has been in the lead of this race. I do apologize, we completely missed that move, and Jorge Jesus is lagging a little bit as well. So let's establish the running order at the end of lap 2, then it becomes easier to follow. It is Jorge Jesus in the lead, followed by Darren Head. Then the third place man is Diogo Silva. Fourth place is Peter Adrian. Fifth place now, well, it was Delphi Moura, but he's gonna lose a position. He's in fifth place now, but he's going to drop a couple of positions behind Del Taylor and Kev Allen. And look at this, Del Taylor actually has opened a nice gap there from Kev, 6th and 7th. Then it is John Scott, but he's going to lose the position to Jumbo in a while. 8th place for John Scott. He's under pressure from Jumbo, and the move is going to happen in a few corners. That's 8th and 9th, and then 10th and 11th are the drivers at the back. That's drivers involved in incidents on lap 1. That's Simon Allen and Scott Davis. Scott really trying to go around Simon Allen. This battle is quite interesting, but they are battling for 10th position right now. So and now we've seen Delphi Moura. Yes, we've seen Delphi Moura go off the track, and now he's behind Kev Allen, so more work to do. Up into 4th goes Del Taylor. Del Taylor actually up into 5th, sorry, because 4th is Peter Adrian. So 5th is now Del Taylor, 6th is Kev Allen, 7th is going to be Delphi Moura, 8th is going to be Jumbo, 9th is going to be John Scott. So we now have finally a bit of a grip on who is running where, which hopefully makes it easier for the remainder of this race to figure out what's going on. Hopefully in race 2 we'll have the leaderboard. We also have lap times. You can see Delphi Moura, Simon Allen did a 1:51 last time round. Well, that was he may have been involved in a separate incident on his own. That's why he's running at the back. We kind of missed that. Apologize. Simon Allen running in 10th spot, but Jorge Jesus is starting to open a gap that looks pretty comfortable for touring car standards. He is running on his own, the reigning champion, GT3 champion, as he won the previous championship with multiple victories, and right now starting the season in well, pretty positive way, leading this race. Still plenty of racing to go. Darren Head is with Diogo Silva behind him, and Diogo is not far behind in 3rd spot. Now the battle that we should follow is this one. Peter Adrian doing a great job in 4th place, but he's starting to get caught by a number of drivers, including Dale Taylor, Kev Allen and Delphi Moura, with Jumbo not far behind. So we have pretty tight battles here through the field, as it's usual in Old Fox Racing PlayStation. And it's going to be fascinating to see what happens in the remaining 8 laps of this race. This is a car that can lead to a lot of errors, so we'll do our best to figure out if someone is doing a mistake or not. And we'll keep an eye on the leaders, but it seems to me that Darren Head is actually closer now to Jorge Jesus. Yes, he is. So Jorge not so comfortable right now in the lead of this race, but still cracking on. Peter Adrian also going on there, and a bit of a train of drivers, but it's not easy to make a clean pass on this car. So 4th Peter Adrian, 5th is Dale Taylor, followed in 6th by Kev Allen. Kev Allen doing a good job there, recovering from a poor qualifying, and Kev Allen actually is now with Delphi Moura, has Delphi Moura for company. Delphi is very fast indeed, but already had 2 incidents. The first one, he had nothing to do with it. It was Diogo Silva just punting him off the road on lap 1. And then, oh, and Kev Allen is off. Kev Allen is off, and this is what I meant by this car being, well, quite easy, or difficult to drive, easy to make mistakes, and this was an easy pass for Delphi Moura to go up into 5th place now. and potentially going after Del Taylor. Peter Adrian retaining that fourth position, but for how much longer? Because Del Taylor is really coming to attack him right now. Ooh, a bit of a poor exit there from the hairpin by Peter Adrian, and Del Taylor is clearly very talented driver, and it's going to be a fascinating battle. The lead, ooh, look at this, the top three are together. This is Jorge Jesus, Darren Head, Diogo Silva, then Peter Adrian, Del Taylor, and Delphi Moura now up into 6th place. Cavallan down into 7th. Jumbo continues to be in 8th. We can see him here. 9th should be John Scott. Let's see where John Scott is relative to the drivers that are trying to recover. Oh no, John Scott has been overtaken. John Scott is running 11th now. So up into 9th is Simon Allen. Up into the top 10 is Scott Davely. But look at this. This is amazing stuff, as Jorge Jesus actually seems to pull away in this middle part of the circuit. But on the start-finish line, they're actually quite close. So very interesting to see this dynamic. Ooh. This is, yes, this Peter Adrian still ahead of Del Taylor. We haven't missed a beat here in this coverage of the opening round of the Wildcard series here in Donington Park. We have a second race coming. Stay tuned. Now, this is the battle for 4th place. 5th place. Oh, someone there at the back went off. And was it Delphi Moura again? In the same spot, going off, and I believe he had no assistance, but it's basically a carbon copy of the earlier incident. Is clear, yes, it was a carbon copy of the earlier incident here at this corner that I don't remember the name. He loses it, and it's very difficult. Oh, just knocks down that advertising board, and is, well, basically exactly the same as the other time. He lost, is back into 7th. He's back into 7th position. He might be able to keep the position from Jumbo, yes. And look at Simon Allen, he's actually in the background there, and Scott Davely as well, so they might be in play later on in the race for this battle here in the midfield. Meanwhile, no such problems for our race leader Jorge Jesus, trying to begin the season in style as he completes another lap, and this is actually the midpoint of this race. They're pretty bunched up on the start-finish line, but actually George has a little bit of comfort there. And look at this, Del Taylor. Del Taylor has gone around. Del Taylor has gone around Peter Adrian. Del Taylor is up into 4th place. The driver there at the back running into trouble. I believe that's Jumbo. It's either Jumbo or Delphi Moura again struggling a little bit, and tire wear becomes a bit of a problem in this car after a few laps, particularly if you've been drifting around too much. As Delphi Moura running in 7th, ahead of him is Cavallan running in 6th. Ahead of Cavallan is now Peter Adrian, and Peter actually has not is not letting Del Taylor run away with that 4th place. Del Taylor, actually the battle continues now with Peter Adrian trying to put Del Taylor under pressure. And this is 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. And 8th is Jumbo, and we cannot see Simon Allen, who is in 9th position. There's a bit of corner cutting there. That look at this. Peter Adrian had a bit of a moment there at the exit of the chicane, and he lost touch now with Del Taylor. And here comes Kev Allen, that is sensing opportunity as he. Peter Adrian again is off the road a little bit. Look at this, now they're amazingly bunched up again on the start-finish line. Jorge Jesus, Darren Head, Diogo Silva, the top 3. In fact, it's just the top 2 because Diogo Silva is nowhere. Well, he's close, but not close enough to make a move, and Jorge Jesus probably has a bit of problems with his tires, and Darren Head is sensing that the lead is there for the taking. Lap 8 out of 12, this is the time to attack, as only 4 laps to go at the end of this one, and the 2 red cars are at the front, and they are not Ferraris. This is the Mercedes-Benz 190E DTM version from the 90s. What a beautiful car this is, for a long time we haven't run this car, but now in the Wildcard series, which is a series for just, you know, cars that are not very mainstream. They're not part of very established classes, and the voting was for this Mercedes 190. And what a race we are having. We're not seeing a lot of overtaking though. Difficult to make a clean pass here. Look at this, thinking about clean passes. We do have Peter Agent under severe pressure now. This is the battle for 5th place with Kev Allen. We'll keep an eye on that one, but look at this. The battle for the lead is absolutely boiling hot right now, with Darren Head trying to find a way around Jorge Jesus. This is a very good racing indeed, and we have 4 laps to go on the line. At the line, apologies. And Jorge Jesus is clearly struggling with his tires. In fact, all of them are, but Darren Head just seems to be doing a better job managing his tires. The top 3 continue in the same order, and we would like to see a bit more overtaking here. Kev Allen, by the way, I think has gone around. Kev Allen has gone around Peter Agent. Peter Agent is struggling a little bit. Delphi Mora also got around. Something happened to Peter Agent. We are going to rewind here for a little bit just to see what happened, because he lost just 2 positions in just a couple of corners. So possibly a mistake, possibly a bit of action as he went. Well, this is the move by Delphi Mora. And the move by Kev probably came earlier in the lap. When this is what happened to this is really what happened to Peter Adrian. He lost it at the chicane, which at this point of the race is very understandable. There he is. Oh, he just clips there, and then just too much acceleration there. Goes to the grass, loses the position to Kev Allen. So Kev Allen up into 5th place, up into the top 5. Nice job there by Kev Allen. And Delphi Mora now just has a faster exit. Nice one there by Delphi Mora, controlling the car, controlling the wheel spin. Now he's on the outside there in the final hairpin, which is not a great overtaking spot, but he's going to make it work. So nicely done there by Delphi Mora. This was an example of a very clean overtake, and he takes basically 6th place. 7th is Peter Adrian. Let's quickly look at the other drivers. Jumbo is now Simon Allen for company, so 8th, 9th and 10th are here as well. And Jumbo has his mirrors full of Simon Allen, and Scott Davley is trying to get a piece of that as well. Let's go back to the race leaders and see what is going on, because we have still a battle going on. And look at this. This is now a 2-horse battle for the lead, as Diogo Silva now seems to have lost a bit of steam there, and he's no longer, he's maybe a second and a half back, but this is absolutely crucial now for the final laps of the race. 3 laps to go at the line, as Jorge Jesus continues to lead this race almost from the start, and Darren Head is so close in the chicane there, trying to make a move now in the hairpin. Can you do it? Jorge Jesus continues to be lagging a little bit. The admins will have a look as well, because it's a bit too much lagging there for Jorge Jesus with his internet connection. I think it's just about, he loses it. Oh no, and he gets hit by Darren Head. As he he lost it, but he was really on the racing line. There was absolutely no room there for Darren Head to overtake, and now Darren has lost a little bit of momentum. Can he recover? Still 3 laps to go, and Jorge Jesus is absolutely struggling with those tires. Everyone is now absolutely in survival mode as the top 3 continue to be together. Look at this, there at the back we have Kev Allen under pressure from Delphi Mora. This is the battle for 5th position. Peter Adrian is there at the back. He lost a bit of momentum as well, and tire wear becomes a huge problem right now for those that have not managed their tires properly. Delphi Mora is absolutely flying in that Mercedes, trying to get the 5th position from Kev Allen. Here is Jumbo. Jumbo got overtaken by Simon Allen. Simon Allen up into 8th place, 9th place Jumbo. Let's see if he can defend from Scott Davley. And John Scott is still running in 11th. We haven't mentioned him, but he's still in the race and scoring some points. Look at this now. The top 2 are absolutely nose to tail. Only a couple of laps missing now to end this race, as the top three have been really together during the race. Not a huge amount of overtaking with this car. Oh, and Darren Head has made a mistake. Darren Head has made a mistake. Darren Head has made a mistake, and now he's under pressure from Diogo Silva. He's under pressure from Diogo Silva. Can Diogo Silva go into second place? Not really here at the hairpin, and now only a couple of laps to go. And Jorge Jesus, despite the fact that he's struggling with his tires, now has a bit of breathing space again as they go now to finish lap 10. And and Jorge Jesus again very loose there, almost losing it at the hairpin there in. And Darren Head, he was not that. Oh, and look at this. Kev Allen has lost the position there. Kev Allen has lost the position. We'll do a replay of what happened here with Delphi Moura. Delphi Moura up into the top 5. And now he's going after Dale Taylor. So we'll just rewind a little bit in these later stages. It is a top 5 overtake move, and we haven't had that many overtake moves. I wonder what's happened to Kev Allen, if he had a moment or more than that. Oh, it was on the previous lap, so pretty much we are rewinding almost a full lap. So we will go to the start finish line to see. Oh yes, that was the moment in the old hairpin. Kev Allen clips the curb, avoids spinning, but has to concede the position there for Delphi Moura to go through. Kev Allen down into 6th place now. Let's see where Peter Adrian is. That's a bit of a roundup. Peter Adrian is a few seconds behind. Then in 7th. Then 8th place is Simon Allen. Then it's Jumbo. And then it's Scott Davely. Scott Davely still running in 10th place. Not the race that he wanted. That started with a big shunt on the first lap, as he was trying to go around Peter Adrian and then went off the track and then rejoined a little bit out of control and got hit by multiple drivers. That compromised his race clearly, and is now sitting in 10th spot with John Scott a few seconds behind in 11th. Now we haven't spoken a lot about Dale Taylor. Dale Taylor is sitting in 4th. He's too far behind the leaders to really launch an attack. So probably out of contention for the podium today, Dale Taylor, in this opening round of the Wildcard series here in the All Fox Racing PlayStation. We are back into our live coverage as we have 2 laps to go, and look at this, and Darren Head is nicely done there through Redgate corner. Maybe he's got to go now. Maybe he's got to go for the old hairpin. Very difficult to overtake here. Very difficult to overtake cleanly with this car, especially when the car in front is lagging, like what's happening with Jorge Jesus, as we have only a couple of laps to go here. Only a couple of laps to go here in Donington Park. The GP loop is proving to be quite the challenge for these 11 drivers, but look at Jorge Jesus. He's absolutely flying in the middle part of the circuit. Absolutely flying in the middle part of the circuit, and in fact in this part of the circuit it's Darren Head that he becomes more under pressure from Diogo Silva. Now we're going to have 1 lap to go. And it's going to be quite interesting to see. Darren Head, look at this in the chicane, he's absolutely flying now in this last section of the circuit. Oh, again they make contact. Oh, and Diogo Silva has to take avoiding action there. I think that's going to be it for Diogo Silva's ambitions to maybe challenge for 2nd place. He lost it, almost lost it, but had to take a bit of avoiding action. Now this is absolutely sliding around in the final hairpin. Last lap is coming as Jorge Jesus takes the lead, continues to be in the lead of this race, followed by Darren Head and Diogo Silva, and it may be how this is going to end. Oh, Jorge Jesus runs very wide there. Jorge Jesus runs very wide. Here comes Darren Head. Darren Head is going to go for it. Is he going to go for it? Now Jorge Jesus is defensive there. Defensive, but it is absolutely brilliant. On the last lap, we have a battle for the lead, and this is absolutely not over. The lagging is probably annoying. Darren had no end as he tries to manage to be close to Jorge Jesus without crashing and without being affected by the lagging. There they go through the last few corners of this race. Only a few corners to go here at Donington Park, and this is absolutely brilliant. Old Fox Racing PlayStation at its best, as Darren Head is absolutely... I thought that Jorge Jesus was going off there. It was just the lagging, which is really severe right now. Oh, and look at Delphi Moura. He's up into 4th place. Something happened with Del Taylor. We will find out what happened with Del Taylor, because he had a faultless race until now, and he lost so much time that probably it was a mistake by Del Taylor. We'll go to the chase camera, probably easier to figure out. Ooh, look at this, he's under pressure from Kev Allen, so something big happened to Del Taylor, and the big thing, ooh, he went off. Well, this was a second off. But was it in the hairpin? I suspect it may have been at the hairpin. No. He lost a lot of time. Look at Delphi Moura. That's the dot in the horizon. So Del Taylor, after pretty much a faultless race, ends up compromising everything on the penultimate lap. And we're quite curious to see where on the circuit this has happened. It was during the 11th lap. We'll fast forward back to the race leaders to end this coverage in reasonable time. And was it here? No. Well, it wasn't the 10th lap. Ooh, this has been quite a while ago actually. Oh, and this is what happened. He's off the track clearly. He's enjoying the grass here at the exit of Redgate Corner. He clearly ran too wide there, and absolutely a passenger as he accelerates through the grass. Not the ideal place to accelerate. Look at these absolutely beautiful graphics of Project Cars 2. A bit static, but nevertheless quite good. We'll fast forward now to the last lap. We just wanted to check what on earth happened with Del Taylor, but we will go and fast forward to the last few moments of this race. As Jorge Jesus and Darren Head continue to battle it out for the lead in this race. Look at this, again, the mistake of Jorge Jesus at the hairpin. Again, in the second consecutive lap, that mistake. And this is absolutely the last lap. Look at this, it's going to be Darren Head. He's going to appear here on the left, but not quite close enough to make the move. So let's see what happens in the remainder of this last lap, as Jorge Jesus continues to hold on just to that lead over Darren Head, and Diogo Silva is probably going to finish on the podium here if he can hang on. Delphi Moura is in 4th place, so that was a good recovery for Delphi Moura after a couple of incidents. In fact, he's absolutely flying, and a couple more laps he probably would have got into the podium. Look at his lap time, 1:38.122. He's absolutely the fastest driver on the track right now. Unfortunately, there are just a few more corners to go, and Darren Head is the most unfortunate because he only has a few more opportunities, and the first one is right here. Now at the hairpin, he must be smart. Probably Jorge Jesus will do the same mistake. Maybe he can go around the outside. He's a little bit too far behind for this to make a difference. I think this is going to be it if Jorge Jesus manages to not shunt in this hairpin, which he didn't. So Jorge Jesus is in prime position to take the victory here at the Donington Park. Almost losing it through the last corner, but I think he's done enough to take the checkered flag in first. Jorge Jesus wins, followed by Darren Head, followed by Diogo Silva, followed by Delphi Moura. 5th place is going to be Dale Taylor. No, Dale Taylor lost a lot of ground there. Dale Taylor lost a lot of ground on the last lap, so the 4th place. What happened here? Look at this, it's Peter Adrian and Simon Allen side by side there. But let's go back to 4th place for Delphi Moura. 5th place is going to be Kev Allen. He crossed the line already, And 6th place is going to be Peter Adrian, just from Simon Allen. Look at this, Simon Allen in 7th, and 8th is going to be Dale Taylor. Then it's Jambo, and oh no, Jambo was overtaken by Scott Davis. So Scott Davis, Jambo, and John Scott still running in 11th place. Jambo was 10th, Scott Davis was 9th, 8th place was Dale Taylor. What a disappointing race for him. He was running 4th most of the race. 7th place for Simon Allen, just behind Peter Adrian in 6th, then Kev Allen in 5th, and Delphi Moore in 4th. And then your top 3 in this race were Jorge Jesus, Darren Head, and Diogo Silva. Thank you for watching. We are now going to proceed to race 2 immediately, hoping that we have a leaderboard on this one, because I'm not sure I'm able to do it all over again without the leaderboard. It is quite the task, so we shall see and pray that Project Cars 2 did retain the leaderboard data throughout the race. For the second race, so exactly the same thing, Old Fox Racing events. They are run over 2 races of around 20 minutes with separate qualifying sessions. So we are going to have exactly the same thing, exactly the same action, exactly the same excitement of running the Mercedes 190E over this Donington Park circuit. And of course, the whole championship is made out of 5 rounds of 2 races, so that's 10 races in total. We are back here at Donington Park for race 2. We are absolutely confident that the leaderboard is going to work this time round, because we've seen this problem before. In race 1 the leaderboard doesn't work, and in race 2 it works. So Darren Head and Diogo Silva are in our front row. Jorge Jesus with the new livery, he's now in green, which hopefully makes commentary easier, and Delphi Moura on second row. Then it's Dale Taylor, good qualifying, let's see if he holds on in the race, followed by Scott Davis, 70 Simon Allen, 8 is Jambo, 9 is Peter Adrian, 10 is Kev Allen, again poor qualifying, let's see what he can do in the race, and 11th, again in a different livery, not red anymore, but it's that yellow and blue there at the back, it is John Scott. Let's find out what happened here in race 2, and we absolutely would like the leaderboard to work, and start goes now. Darren Head makes a good start there. Darren Head makes a good start, and what is whoa, we have a crash almost immediately, and I believe it's one of the Allens or both involved in it. It is Simon Allen and Kev Allen. The Allens have come together. We haven't seen this in a while, but it's not the first time it has happened. It won't be the last either, but it's very unusual to see a crash. So well, basically, did they even move, or they just went straight into crashing in each other? Look at this, one driver on his side, and it is Kev Allen that has failed to start. Kev Allen has failed to start, and Simon Allen, and then Simon Allen just got hit by multiple people as he was stationary. The other driver involved, no, it was not, it was not Kev Allen that has failed to start. It was the other yellow car. I believe it was Dale Taylor. Dale Taylor didn't start. Yes, it was Dale Taylor. Dale Taylor did not start. Simon Allen hits him, gets hit by Peter Adrian, and then runs into Kev Allen. The Allens have come together within meters. They haven't even crossed the line before they crashed, so technically we were not even in lap 1, they were in lap 0. Let's see what they can do from here. This is quite an upsetting situation for both the Allens, but it is not upsetting for Darren Head. Look at Delphi Moura up into second place. Delphi Moura up into second place, and third place is Jorge Jesus. Diogo Silva has had a poor start. Diogo Silva has had a poor start, moving down from second to fourth place. Look at Delphi Moura. He was flying at the back end of the previous race. He is flying right now, and he wants that lead as Darren Head continues to lead. Look at this. It is absolutely intense already from lap 1. Jorge Jesus is a close spectator. He won race 1 and wants to win again here at Old Fox Racing PlayStation. No other incidents to note. Everyone seems to be very well behaved. Only the Allens have crashed into one another. They are sitting 10th and 11th, and already 4 seconds behind the field as they go through the chicane for the first time out of 12. and Darren Head is having to contend with very, very severe pressure from Delphi Mora, and already some bumping there into the chicane, into various obstacles that someone unhelpfully has put there to avoid corner cutting. But Darren Head, look at this absolutely brilliant stuff here at Donington Park. Darren Head is going to lead lap 1 from Delphi Mora, from Jorge Jesus, Diogo Silva, Scott Davely up into 5th place. That was nice. Del Taylor, despite not having a good getaway, is in 6th, followed by Jumbo Peter Adrian, who was involved in that incident just momentarily as he crashed into Simon Allen, and then Simon collected Cav, but no fault for Peter here. He was just trying to take avoiding action, and there were just cars absolutely stationary in front of him as we complete lap 1, and it is Darren Head, the familiar name, the familiar livery, red livery, is in the lead of this race. Fortunately, Jorge Jesus has chosen to change his livery, so it becomes a bit easier to follow as well. And Darren Head almost losing it there, and Delphi Mora definitely wants that lead. He absolutely wants that lead, and the top two are trying to check out from the rest of the field. Jorge Jesus under a bit of pressure from Diogo Silva. He was fast in qualifying on the front row, but didn't have the best of getaways there as Delphi Mora goes for the lead of the race. Delphi Mora goes on the inside there. Delphi Mora goes on the inside, and oh, so there's a driver there at the back. I believe it's Jumbo that has gone off. I believe it's Jumbo that has gone off. No, it's not. No, it is Jumbo. It is Jumbo. Let's see if he had any assistance or if he just lost it on his own. I have a strong suspicion that he just lost it on his own. He was running 7th, and we do not seem to have a very good view of what's happening here. Yes, we need to move to the chase camera. This was in lap 2. He's sitting behind Del Taylor. Doesn't seem to be under pressure from anyone, at least direct pressure. Ooh, a bit offline there. Goes off, goes to the grass, to the dirt, and then bang into the barrier. Remember, no reset button is allowed in Old Fox Racing PlayStation unless you are on your roof. He does lose a lot of positions. He's now sitting in 11th. Let's see what he can do from here. But let's go back to the race leaders, because this is absolutely boiling hot, with the top 5 separated by almost nothing, with the Delphi Mora under the Darren Head under severe pressure from Delphi Mora. Now at the end of lap 2, through the hairpin they go, and Delphi Mora has a very nice way of exiting that hairpin. Absolutely beautiful control of wheel spin as he tries to go around Darren Head. And lap 2 is now complete, and we have now, he's going on the outside there. He's going on the outside. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. Delphi Mora on the outside. Darren Head probably has the line here at the beginning of lap 3. So not yet. He will have to work a little bit harder. He has to work a little bit harder right now to get that position. But Delphi Mora, absolutely brilliant car control there. Again, through the old hairpin they go. Let's have a look at what's happening behind these two drivers. Jorge Jesus is hitting 3rd, followed by Diogo Silva, followed by Scott Davely. Scott trying to get a better result here than in the previous. Scott trying to get a better position than in race 1, which is not difficult, because he finished in 9th place in race 1. At least this time around he hasn't got wiped out by anyone in the first lap, which is a very good development for the American driver Scott Davely, and he's sitting in 5th ahead of Del Taylor. Peter Adrian sitting 7th and cutting the chicane there. John Scott nicely done there in 8th, and then here come the Allens and Jumbo that have been delayed by various incidents. Oh, and the Delphi Mora car control is his skill, but he lost it there. He lost it there at the hairpin. Nice. He does a very nice job when he does control the car, but unfortunately in this instance for him, he did not control the car properly, and he lost a lot of positions there. And look at another driver. Oh, someone is that's Jorge Jesus also all over the place there. Jorge Jesus all over the place, and Darren Head is saying thank you, because he's just cleared everyone else by 2.2 seconds. Something has happened to Jorge Jesus, and probably that affected Diogo Silva. We'll get a view from the chase camera here as Jorge was running 3rd, Yes, this is what happened. As he was under pressure from Diogo Silva at the hairpin. Oh, this is what happened. He got caught up with the Delphi Moura situation. So Delphi Moura loses it. Jorge Jesus nowhere to go, hits him, loses a lot of momentum. Here comes Diogo Silva, says thank you very much, I'll take second place. Darren Head is absolutely laughing all the way to the finish line, and here comes Scott Davey on the inside. Now they're going to run side by side in this hairpin, not advisable, as really Jorge Jesus runs out of road there and ends up making another mistake and losing a position to Del Taylor. Del Taylor up into fourth, and Delphi Moura is sitting behind Jorge Jesus, not for long, because they're running side by side through Red Gate and running side by side through Red Gate and up into fifth place. So this is a major development here on lap 4, as Darren Head has a huge amount of breathing space. Is well, trying to lose it there at the old hairpin, but Darren Head is ahead by a few car lengths. Diogo Silva in second. And now Scott Davey is really doing well, because he's up into third spot. That number 91 is Diogo Silva. Then is the greenish car of Scott Davey. Fourth is something happened to Del Taylor. Something happened to Del Taylor. Something happened to Del Taylor, and it was something bad happened to Del Taylor. And we are going to try to capture what that was, because the Delphi Moura is up into fourth, Peter Adrian up into the top 5 as well. So Del Taylor clearly has gone off the road in some fashion. Very annoying to see this chase camera, sorry, the trackside camera not working, and this is a classic. Oh, he was completely out of shape already. This was a really low speed spin. He was clearly trying to get back the car under control. Unfortunately, that really didn't work for Del Taylor. He loses an enormous amount of time, an enormous amount of positions. And look at the person, the driver, who is in 7th place. It is Kev Allen, despite the fact that he was sitting dead last before the race even started. He's up into 7th and clearly going after John Scott in 6th. Peter Adrian in the top 5. Delphi Moura in 4th, and he's 3 seconds behind Scott Davey, but Delphi Moura was flying before, and here comes Kev Allen. Here comes Kev Allen on the inside. He's too far behind clearly. Oh, and John Scott just absolutely loses it there. John Scott absolutely loses it, and thank you very much, says Kev Allen, that loses it at the exit. Let's see if John Scott can do anything about it. I don't think so. And he clearly loses the position there. 7th place for John Scott. Bad news, he's got Kev Allen, sorry, Del Taylor for company. Del Taylor trying to get back. This is a very interesting battle here, which is a group that starts with Kev Allen, then it is John Scott, then Del Taylor. Jorge Jesus has lost an enormous amount of time. This is not good for the race 1 winner. He clearly made another mistake. Oh, he's going to make another. No, he's not. Del Taylor, another one. He's sitting dead last now, because he spun in the previous lap, and now he has spun on this lap as well. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Del Taylor's race is not going in the right direction, as he goes into the grass again. Race leader Darren Head, he had 2.2 seconds, and now he's got 1.4, which is still quite a cushion, but not as comfortable as before. Diogo Silva, Scott Davey, Delphi Moura, these are the top 4. Peter Adrian, very nice job there in 5th. Absolutely no mistakes from him in this race. 6th is Kev Allen. What can Kev Allen do? There's another driver there. There was another driver. Oh, Kev Allen is... what can he do? And the answer is he can go through the grass and lose an enormous amount of time, as he loses the position to 3 or 4 drivers. John Scott back into 6th place. Simon Allen now is the leading Allen. After that incident on the opening lap, he's now sitting 7th. 8th is Jumbo, recovering 8th position. 9th is Kev Allen, that had a rallycross moment there at the back a few corners ago. He did not spin, but he did lose quite a lot of time. 10th is Del Taylor after those 2 spins that we saw earlier, and 11th is Jorge Jesus. Jorge Jesus' race is absolutely destroyed. He's been multiple times off the roads. The race winner of race 1 now has a lot of work to do. we are going to make a quick rewind to just see what happened in the latest incarnation of his off-road excursion, because I'm sure that there were multiple, otherwise he would not be sitting in 11th spot. But the race winner of race 1 clearly now very compromised here in race 2. The change of livery didn't bring any luck, and now he has to hope that that green livery is going to give him some hope of finishing at least in the top 10. Let's have a look at what happened at the Old Hairpin. I don't think he's been through the countryside there. He was sitting 9th. He was trying to put pressure on Simon Owen. He's completely out of shape, and then he absolutely loses it. And that's the problem with this car. You just have too much corner entry speed. In Project Cars 2, the car does not behave very realistically when you compare it, for example, with Automobilista 2, where it seems that you are actually driving a 1990s DTM car. Here is just a lot of power, a lot of wheel spin, a little bit of skating around, so you don't really feel the car that much, and it's just so easy to lose the car, and it's extremely difficult to recover it once you lose it. So let's see what Jorge Jesus can do. Lap 5 is going to be complete, and it's not Nunez like it says on the door. It is Darren Head who's ahead, followed by Diogo Silva, Scott Davey, and Delphi Moura. Let's look for battles now that we actually have a leaderboard. The top 5 are relatively stable. Now John Scott is 6 seconds behind. 6 seconds behind the 5th place man, Peter Adrian, and lapping a second slower. He's going to be under pressure from Simon Allen very soon, and possibly Jambo, Kev Allen there in the mix as well. Then it's 4 seconds, and we've got Dale Taylor and Jorge Jesus that have had multiple incidents, well, on their own, and are trying to recover to a more respectable position. But John Scott doing a good job after finishing 11th in the first race. He's running in 6th place now, towards the midpoint of this race, and now things are a little bit more cooled down, as it were, with no wheel-to-wheel battles, immediate wheel-to-wheel battles. Then had probably trying to control his tires and manage the gap there to Diogo Silva. He doesn't want to be in a position where by the 10th lap he has absolutely no tires. Now the driver on the move is Delphi Moura. He is flying again. As long as he's not making mistakes, he's absolutely flying, and he wants that podium position from Scott Davey, and he's done it again there. This time he has controlled it. I'm not really sure that's really the fastest way to go around that corner, but he seems to make a good job out of it. Now Scott Davey is completely out of line and potentially vulnerable there in the first corner. Delphi Moura is trying to go for the outside here. The inside, sorry. He's trying to go for the inside. He certainly has got the run, and he's going to go for it into red gate corner. They go. He brakes later. Job done. This is very clean racing between these two drivers here at the Donington Park. Delphi Moura up into a podium position as we reach the midpoint of this race. Scott Davey drops to 4th. Peter Adrian is 4 seconds behind. He's running on his own. He's 4 seconds behind Scott Davey. He's 4 seconds ahead of John Scott. John Scott trying to keep ahead of Simon Allen. Simon Allen did do a great job there. 139, 724 was the great lap, but John Scott actually not a bad lap at all. 141 is the same time as Scott Davey did in 4th place, for example, and clearly faster than most drivers behind him. By the way, Jorge Jesus is up into 10th place. He's absolutely flying. He's done a 138.361. Unfortunately, he's 24 seconds away from the leader, Darren Head, and he's gonna struggle with just 5 laps to go at the line. He's gonna struggle to get into the top 5, because he would have to be a couple of seconds a lap faster than these guys, and he is almost 2 seconds a lap now faster. But let's see where he can get. But a little bit difficult, as there are plenty of good drivers between him and Look at this. What's going on with what's going on there with Simon Allen? Simon Allen seems to have absolutely missed the corner. Simon Allen missed the corner. He's out of the track, and I suspect something in his controls may have failed, because he was absolutely going straight when he should have been turning. He drops to last. Let's see if he can keep himself in the race or if he's got to retire. Clearly he's losing a lot of time at the moment. We'll keep an eye on him. What happened to Simon Allen? He's still on the track. Del Taylor up into 10th and George Jesus up into 9th. Race leader Darren had 1.5 seconds. The gap has remained more or less stable. His last lap was actually quite good, 138.8. Diogo Silva still on the 139. Delphi Moura is absolutely flying, 138.339. That's the fastest lap of the race. I believe if it's not the fastest, he's very close to the fastest. Then is Scott Davey, Peter Adrian, John Scott now ahead of Jumbo, and this has given John Scott a little bit of breathing space, because Simon Allen has had that problem. He continues to lose time. Has he retired? No, he has not retired. He's still there. He's going to go a lap down very soon. He's going to go a lap down very soon. There is the race leader, Darren Head. And he's basically, Simon Allen is now a lap down in 11th. He can still collect the points and drop the points if he's got more than 8 point scoring positions, but not the, well, he clearly is now too far behind. He's going to finish 11th or retire. We're not sure which one of the two. Simon Allen continues to be there on the track. Darren Head continues to be on the lead, in the lead of this race, lap 9 now. Now, what can Diogo Silva do to fight Delphi Moura? Because Diogo Silva continues to be quite consistent. Unfortunately, he's 6/10 down, 6/10 lower than, look at this, he's trying to now wake up a little bit and trying to be a bit more forceful. I'm not sure this is a very good idea on lap 9 to do this with this car, because he might just make a mistake. But Delphi Moura is clearly the faster driver at the moment. It's just going to be a matter of time. By the way, the Darren Head's lap was not that great either, 139.640. He's actually lost a little bit of pace, and Delphi Moura could still be in the running for the lead of this race. If only he can clear Diogo Silva quite quickly, he could still be in the running for the lead, the win in this race. Diogo Silva clearly struggling there to hold on to that second place. Now he's going to go defensive there on the hairpin, but I think it's just going to be a matter of time before Diogo Silva, and look at this, he's made a mistake there, he's made a mistake. Here comes Delphi Moura on the inside, nicely done. Delphi Moura now has clear air to go after Darren Head, and he's got 3 laps to do so. Let's look at the lap times. Darren Head, has he done another bad lap, or is he faster now? It doesn't look like he's faster. In fact, he looks at Delphi Moura is awfully close. Darren Head 139.9. That's not the lap that he wanted, because Delphi Moura has made the fastest lap of the race at 138.1 flat. He's less than a second from the leader of this race, and all of a sudden we have a battle for the lead. Diogo Silva did not have the capability. Look at this, he's running out of steam. Diogo Silva again. This happened in race 1 around lap 10. He's completely gone. He's in 3rd place and not going anywhere. Scott Davey in 4th, Peter Adrian in 5th, John Scott in 6th. Now up into 7th is Kev Allen. Jumbo has had a problem. He's done a 2:03 on the previous lap. So something structural has happened to Jumbo, because that's around 20 seconds off the pace. He's now running last on the road. No, Simon Allen has got going again. Simon Allen has got going. He's still in the race in 11th, but he is multiple laps down. 10th is Jumbo, 9th is George Jesus, 8th is Del Taylor, 7th is Kev Allen, 6th is John Scott. Only a couple of laps to go here. Let's see what John Scott is doing. Very consistent 140s, and Kev Allen not particularly quicker. And besides that, he's also... Oh, look at this, the battle for the lead. Battle for the lead here. Battle for the lead. This is Darren Head. Darren Head trying to hold on to that lead. 2 laps to go. Is a lot of laps to go. Here comes Delphi Moura on the outside. He's going to go for it. They run side by side. They run side by side. And Delphi Moura not able to complete the pass. Not able to complete the pass. But now it's 2 laps. It's a 2-lap shootout here at Donington Park. What a race we were having. We had a good race in race 1. We are having an amazing race in race 2 as well. Now we are going to have a different winner surely, because George Zush, the winner of race 1, is stuck there in 9th spot. Now a couple of laps to go, and look at this in that chicane and hairpin section later on in the lap. Delphi Moura is clearly much faster in that section. This first section, Darren Head actually can hold on, and in fact even open a few car lengths of a gap. Now this is the problem. The second half of this lap is the problem for Darren Head. He clearly has to be a little bit faster, not lose so much time there through this section. Now this is the problem, running down through the chicane and then through the hairpin. Delphi Moura is mighty fast in that hairpin. As long as he does not lose it, he's already a little bit closer. Diogo Silva and Scott Davely are out of contention for the win unless these 2 drivers tangle. Then Head did a good job there through the chicane. This was nicely done. No corner cutting, and did a very fast line there through that chicane. But this is the problem now. This is the problem. Darren Head, look at this, and he's bumping into him. He's bumping into him. Delphi Moura, he says, get out of the way. Get out of the way. He's absolutely going for that win here at Donington Park. But now losing a little bit on the last corner. This was not great. He only has 1 more lap to go. 1 more lap to go, and now he is 8/10 of a second behind. The other positions are more or less stable. We haven't seen any Samanon is still going on, but in 11th spot. We do not know what happened. Probably a problem with his wheel and or pedals. Darren Head trying to hold on, but Delphi Moura is coming. Now this is the last lap. Delphi Moura has absolutely nothing to lose, because even if he makes a mistake, he can probably recover still 2nd place, because 4 seconds is now the gap that separates these 2 drivers from Diogo Silva and Scott Davely. And Delphi Moura has 1 more chance, and he's closer than ever. This is absolutely brilliant stuff. He's going to go for it here. No, this is not a very good overtaking spot. This is not a very good overtaking spot. He should save his aggressiveness for now, but he's a little bit behind, not close enough to make a move there through the chicane. Just a few more corners to go, and it's going to be either Darren Head or Delphi Moura. Darren Head does a good job again through the chicane. Now Delphi Moura has to go, Darren Head has to go defensive. Now Delphi Moura is too far behind, but he's absolutely faster through this hairpin. Darren Head trying to hold on to that lead, and he does. Just 1 more corner to go, and Darren Head might just have done enough there through the hairpin. He's going to go and win. Now it's just a drag race to the checkered flag. Darren Head is going to win the race from Delphi Moura. What a finish. 1st and 2nd. 3rd is going to be Diogo Silva again. 3rd in race 1, 3rd in race 2. And the pressure from Scott Davely in 4th place. Good result for the American driver. 5th is going to be Peter Adrian. Nice top 5 position for him in this 2nd race. 6th is going to be John Scott. And he just holds on from Kev Allen. Just still a few seconds to spare. Kev Allen in 7th place. 8th is going to be George Zush, who got ahead of Dale Teller. Nicely done there by George, recovering a few positions towards the back end. Still not a great result for the still championship. Well, he's not championship leader anymore, but he was before the start of this race. He's going to finish 8th. Not the result that he wanted. Ooh, losing it there in the last corner. 9th is going to be Dale Teller. And 10th, Del Taylor loses it in the last corner. Fortunately, he has no immediate pressure, but Jumbo is not actually that far behind. But still, he's going to finish in 9th position, Del Taylor, and competing in the top 10 is Jumbo. We have Simon Owen still classified, but multiple laps down in 11th. What a race we had, and it is Darren Head, Delphi Moura, and Diogo Silva. Your podium for race 2 of round 1. Thank you for following this coverage. We'll be back with round 2 very, very, very soon in the Eliminator channel. Until then, it's bye bye.